I really want to accomplish 4 things in this video, and I wrote them down here so you guys know what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing. I'm going to show you a really quick setup of how I film all of our videos here in the studio. We're going to talk about prismatic evolutions and the problems that I've been hearing, watching videos on and hearing about through personal relationships. And I'm going to talk about really quickly what a healthy collecting kind of looks like. Not that I have it dialed, not that I don't have it all figured out, okay? But I have some tips maybe that will help you and probably me out through 2025. And last, I got a little idea. Check this out. Just use these tins back here. And I want to make some nice inviting background, but I'm not an artist. So if you're a fan of the channel and you are an artist, we're going to talk about doing a little backdrop art contest at the end. But first, let me show you guys the studio, and we'll just talk really quick on the things that I like and really believe in, and would probably help you out if you're trying to get into opening cards on camera. So I'm going to switch over to my my actual cell phone so you guys can see. I've been doing YouTube for 3 years, so a lot of this gear has slowly accumulated. But I'm going to show you guys the most important stuff that I really like. Number one thing that I would get is lights. So you can see I have this ring light up here. This is by Elgato. And I have 2 more. Show you guys. Yes, you can see them. I got this little guy right here, and then another one up here kind of for my face. Yeah, the most important part, lights. If you can notice when I switch the camera around, it's kind of dark in the back part of my office. And it's kind of that part's really important for separation. You can see how dark it gets back here. If your background's a little darker than your foreground, it's going to make the camera feel dynamic. And you, when you're in the camera, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like it's 3-dimensional and give it depth. And as far as my cameras are concerned, so I use 2 mirrorless cameras, both of them Panasonics, both of them the exact same. They are on the low end version of mirrorless cameras. I have the kit lens here with a 12 mil. It's so dusty. Oh my. And then I have another one up top here for the overhead shots. And we can just quickly spin this around and I'll show you on the other camera the difference of the shots, this one, and then the overhead shot up there. And so I use OBS. So everything that I shoot is technically live. And it's all so I can see it. I would strongly suggest if you can do it, if you can actually use OBS in a computer. I understand that's a bit of a stretch for some of you, and it might not happen for a while, but why it's important is because you can get live feedback on what's happening. And if you film overhead and blind, you don't know really what's happening, a lot of your shots might be out of focus. Things might not look as good, and you just don't know until you're editing, and then there's nothing you can do. After the cards are open, it's over. So having a live shot's really important. And last is my mic. You guys can see that right here. It's a Rode pod mic, and love that thing. It's relatively cheap. It served me really well. You do need an XLR interface if you're going to go down that route, which looks like this down here. I use the Wave XLR from Elgato. Elgato is not a sponsor, but please, I would love them to be. I love the company. I love the products. So that's my setup. I would say important stuff to know. Lighting is the number one thing. So if you're going to start small, buy lights first. Buy the nicest lights you can. It's going to make your whole setup better. All cameras are pretty good. Your cell phone is probably the best camera that you have. Even that will shoot amazing if you have nice lighting. If you don't have any lights, shoot by a window. Window lighting is the best. But let's talk about the prismatic evolutions and the problems that I've been hearing. I'm not going to get super deep into it, but the bottom line is, and I've heard personal stories of this happening, stores will pre-order you prismatic, and then they will cancel and then raise the price and then try to sell it at a higher price. So here's my 2 cents on the whole thing. Because I've seen people defend the store and I've seen people defend the consumer. The way I look at it in a free market is this. If a store chooses to do that and the consumers choose to tell their story about that store, and then that causes people not to shop there anymore, that's just as fine as the other way around, as saying like, hey, a store's got to do what a store's got to do. If they can make more money, or they're getting kind of middleman and they need to make at least a profit back, that's why they're canceling and raising the orders. They have just as much right to do that as a consumer has a right to say, hey, this is not really the best move and you probably shouldn't shop there anymore. As far as what I've done nothing. I haven't pre-ordered anything except from the Pokemon Center website. That's it. That's all I have. And I haven't even ordered one other thing, and I won't. So if that's all I ever get from the set, we'll just keep opening Stellar Crown, and I'm okay with that. And that leads me to the next one, healthy collecting. And here is what I would suggest if you're looking into like what to collect or how to collect. What sets should I open? What should I be chasing down? This is what I'm currently doing, and I think that it's healthy in a way, and I think that it's fun. For sure, it's fun. First of all, find your budget and what you're willing to put into the hobby and try to remain in that level. Like, your collecting shouldn't go past that level, because then you're not really collecting anymore. Then you're kind of, that ends up getting a little bit weird. So find out something that you really enjoy. Let me switch back here. So maybe you like trainers. So when you're opening packs, try to find like as many trainers as you can and keep them in a binder, and then get your favorite ones. And that's what you collect. And it's so cool. Another thing you can collect is the actual artist. So I have been collecting, look, none of these cards are rare or valuable at all, but I love the artist. This is the artist who did the Magikarp and the Giratina V, Shinji Kanda. And I love this artist. So I've been trying to slowly collect all of his art. And how I do it is I put the commons in, like just the non-hollow commons, but then if I can find the hollow version, I'll swap them out. So I'm like trying to upgrade all of these regular cards into hollows. And it's super fun. And it's like I can open up anything and just boom, it's there. You don't need to pull thousands of packs to find this specific artist's uncommon cards. You get them in almost every time you open a pack. So it's great. It's super fun. Another thing you can do is just collect a certain set. Like maybe you really like Paldean Fates and you love the shiny cards. And you just stick to opening those and you try to master the set, so to speak. Just know if you go down this route, which I think a lot of people do this, I think this is probably the most popular thing. Like, oh, I love this set. I'm going to open up just this set. Just know that like if you're truly collecting, then and you're just collecting for the collection's sake, buying the singles outright is the best thing to do. You're going to spend a fraction of the amount of money that you would spend trying to open packs and completing the set that way. So any stigma around that, like buying singles or completing your set, should be gone if you're truly collecting. Here are some of my nicer cards, and this is kind of the other thing I'm doing. I'm trying to collect like the chase out of each Scarlet and Violet era set. So here's the Magikarp. I have some at PSA right now. Here's the Greninja. Here's the Gardevoir base from base set. I don't have a ton, but I'm trying to get all of these chase cards. And the same thing with the artists. Like if you're really doing that, try to buy the singles when they're at a low price, because again, the chase cards are usually very hard to pull. And so like the Magikarp, for instance, I purchased this, around $100 quite a while ago, and it paid off. Like the card is rising in value, and I have never pulled it. And I've opened quite a bit of Paldea Evolved. So healthy collecting, try to make it something that you enjoy, and try to be reasonable while you're doing it. Now, if you have a lot of money and you're just into the vintage stuff, so be it. That's amazing. I think that as long as you're willing to sell it someday, if you need to, that's great. All right, guys, finally, something exciting. As we are approaching 10K subs and just the channel's growing, I want to improve this backdrop. And so if you are an artist, if you're interested, if you enjoy this channel, I would like you to consider helping me out. I'm going to give you details down in the description on how to submit. You're just going to send me an email with a specific size image, whether that's digital, whether it's real. You could even mail me an actual drawing, and there are no rules except technically like the size of, see how this is like a rectangle. Actually, let me give you guys the real shot. So here's the real shot. And so you can see it's technically the size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square tins from Pokemon. So I'll give you all of those details in the description of this video. And if you want to participate in this, it's going to end February 2025. So February 1. So you have 1 month to submit an artistic idea. Whoever wins, there is a really nice prize I'm going to ship you off for free, but also your art will be on display for this entire year 2025, maybe beyond. If it's real good, it might be up there for the rest of this channel's career. So if you're interested, check the details in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any opinions on any of these things, good ideas for your setup that I didn't think of. Hit me with your words on prismatic evolutions. I don't want to start an argument, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. Tell me what you collect down in the comments. I'd love to hear your current collection. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll check you guys on the next one.